In a quiet room, on an old wooden table, a small candle sat alone. It had never been lit. Around it, the room was dark and still. The windows were closed. The air was cold. The candle waited. Day after day, night after night. It did not know what it was made for. One evening, a strong wind blew through a crack in the wall. The cold rushed in and wrapped itself around the candle. The candle shivered. It felt small. It felt forgotten, and quietly, it thought to itself, "No one has come for me. No one has given me light. Maybe I was made to sit here in the dark forever. Maybe I was never meant to shine." But just then, a tiny match fell from a shelf above. It landed softly beside the candle. The match was old and worn. It had only one strike left. It looked at the candle and said, "I cannot burn for long, but I can give you my one spark. Will you take it?" The candle was afraid. What if it hurts? What if I melt away? What if I disappear? The match whispered gently, "Yes, you will melt. But that is not the end. That is how you give your light." The candle was silent for a long moment. Then, slowly, it said, "I don't want to sit in the dark anymore. I am ready." The match struck itself one last time. A small flame appeared. It touched the candle's wick, and for the first time the candle began to glow. It hurt at first. The wax began to soften. The candle felt itself changing, losing the shape it had always known. But then, something beautiful happened. Light filled the room. The shadows in the corners disappeared. The cold air grew warm, and the candle realized, "I am not disappearing. I am becoming what I was always meant to be." As the hours passed, the candle burned lower and lower. It watched its wax drip slowly down the sides, and it thought, "Soon I will be gone." Was this all for nothing? But then it noticed something. The warmth it gave had kept a small child asleep through the cold night. The light it made had helped an old woman find her way across the room, and the glow in the window had shown a lost traveler that someone was home. The candle smiled softly. "I was never meant to last forever. I was meant to give what I have while I can." And in that moment, it understood. It was not the size of the flame that mattered. It was not how long it burned. What mattered was that it chose to shine. By morning, the candle had melted away, but on the table, a drop of wax remained. A new wick was placed in it, and that night, the little candle burned again. Not the same, but still giving light, still warm, still alive in a new form. You are that candle. You may feel small. You may feel forgotten. You may wonder if you were made for anything at all, but inside you is a light waiting to be shared. It does not matter how long you burn. It matters that you choose to shine. The warmth you give may help someone through their coldest night. The light you share may guide someone who has lost their way. And even when you feel like you are fading, your glow lives on in every life you have touched. So do not wait for someone to light you. Do not sit in the dark forever. Find your spark. Give your warmth. Shine while you can. If this story brought a little light to your heart, share it with someone who needs it today. And type, "I will shine," in the comments below. Let's remind each other, your light matters.